I'm having a wonderful day. This life like we live is a blessing for me. Today the dreams will be all made. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, hey, I'm having a wonderful day. This life like we live is a blessing for me. Today the dreams will be all made. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, hey, welcome y'all to Peep Game TV and Keeping It Real Team Collaboration. I'm your man Shadi Ali, aka SRD, with my main man Jay Sean,
What's
aka Mr. F Love.
what's up? What's up?
All right, on this Thursday, March 12th, 2026.
When
All right, so let's get to it, brother.
you said 2026, I was thinking about something that I heard the other day. It made me think. Like, you remember the Jetsons?
Right, yeah.
Okay, if you think about the Jetsons cartoon from the '70s, they used to be talking on phones, and you could see the person picture in it.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah. They had like FaceTime.
yeah,
They was
and we was like,
FaceTiming back then.
and that's in the '70s, and like we was like, oh wow! Imagine if you could talk to somebody and see
Right.
them in your phone, right? Now look,
Yeah, yeah,
50 years later,
yeah.
we you could do it just like the Jetsons did in space. You could talk to somebody and see their face on the phone. You know, like it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, the only thing we missing is the flying cars right now.
Oh yeah, that was my cartoon too. The
Yeah,
Jetsons and the Flintstones, and I
yeah,
think my
yeah,
favorite one was Gigantor though.
yeah. Gigantor, man. It was a lot of them then, man. Aquaman, all
Oh man, I forgot about that
yeah. Felix the cat, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about Aquaman. Yeah, I was big on that.
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we was running a little late. We
Yeah.
apologize. That was on me. Fasting on Ramadan. Had to break fast. So, got started a little late, but we appreciate you guys as usual, you guys and ladies as usual, for taking the time out of your busy day to put some time in with us. And for that, we grateful. We did. So, what's happening? What's happening? Who is that?
Where
Miley?
Myra Cordones.
Yeah. What's up, Miss Cordones? How are you today?
Myra
What's going on with you? How was your week? And listen, you guys, how was your week? And you guys, if you guys have a topic or something that you would like us to discuss, put
Right.
it down so we can discuss it.
Right. And to react. We want that.
Yeah, how you doing? We hope everything is good with you. Yeah, so we definitely want to be able to, discuss some topics that interest you all.
Yeah.
That's good. Happy to hear that. So we might as well get into it. So first question is on me towards you.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
forgetting.
yeah. You known as Mr. F Love, and you've been quite vocal, quite honest about people not being faithful. You know what I mean? If people love somebody, then they would be faithful to them. They wouldn't cheat on them. So, with that being said, would you rather know the truth about cheating, or put it this way: would you rather know the truth about being cheated on, or it be left a secret? or you never get to know? What you know? What is your view on that?
That's a hard one because both of them in the long run, I believe is gonna cause uh uh I don't want to say self destruction. Um, I believe that both of them I think that both of them in the long run will destroy a relationship because if you know, you really got to be a certain kind of person to forgive somebody for that. Even people that tell you they forgive you, I don't think they never forgive you. Because they can't never forget it. Um, and if you don't know, why I say I believe it's gonna destroy you in the end is because if you don't know, 9 out of 8 out of 10 times, people gonna continue to do it. You know what I mean? So
Right,
I think that but the question is, do you rather know or do you not
right,
rather
right,
know?
right. Do you want to know the truth or never know about it?
Mm. It gotta be never know for me. I
Uh,
never want to know. I might pretend like I want to know and drill you like to tell me, but in the end, I don't think I'd rather know because a lot of people probably gonna say they rather know. Probably more than to say that they don't want to know. But like with me being a realist and knowing how I am and knowing my how my mental is and how my heart is, I'm gonna have to say if somebody cheated on me and I was in a serious relationship with them, I'd rather not know. What
okay.
about you? What about you?
Uh, Miley, would you rather know? Let us know if you rather know or not. For me, I would imagine it depends on the circumstances where I'm at. Because the ultimate thing is going to depend on where you at emotionally.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
my opinion. Take it, leave it, or throw it away. It depends on if you were in a good place emotionally, then and if there's I think you may be able to. I may be able to handle it, and it depends on what was my actions prior to it happening.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I
that's
mean?
true.
Because that plays a part into it too. Because
That's
if
true.
so if my action was already kind of foul or something, or I was you know uh, being absent emotionally, verbally, or something of that nature, then it may be difficult, but I would imagine and hope that I could my chalk it up to the game of look, I was slipping, so you slip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, as you said, as far as forgetting, nah, you don't forget. But the reality is, the forgiveness is not, and from my opinion, forgiveness is not for the person; it's for you personally. So that you don't have to walk around with the baggage of something that happened and the other person that caused the pain or whatever it was, they'd have moved on. And you
Mm.
still holding on to that pain each and every day and allowing them to hold space in your brain.
Right.
So for me, I say, yeah, I would like to know. I would like to know because it may be. some type of reason. You know, people will say, I know some people say there's no reason why you should, you know, but, you know, my wife had me listening to something today. Young brother was saying, most time when people cheat, something broken in a relationship and they don't face it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The person who realized something broken runs the opposite way. You know, run to somebody else rather than to the partner and, you know, try to resolve it or repair it.
Right.
So I think that's what's happening more often than not, you know? So
Yeah.
that's my view on it.
That's true.
Myra, you
Like I
still
said,
here? What's yours?
some people probably prefer not to know. Some people gonna prefer to know. It depends on the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Um. Um. The next one. Um. This is this is different, but because a lot of people try to mix it together sometime, but it's not. It's really far from being a thin line. But what do you think is
Kelly's, what's up?
the difference between a husband and a wife versus boyfriend and girlfriend?
Now, this is my opinion. Take it, leave it, or throw it away. My opinion is there are the difference is with a marriage, you have a legal document binding you to, you know, certain things. And with marriage, you have a societal norm or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where when you marry, it's said that you're supposed to stay with the person the rest of your life. You know,
Yeah,
when you're married, it's said that,
that's what they say.
right, when you're married, it's said that you it is it's necessary to be faithful, you know. Whereas with boyfriend and girlfriend, you had the option to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in marriage, now you have to go through the legal system to legally be broken up.
Right.
The other part is if you boyfriend and girlfriend and you break up, people normally don't care. But if you're married and you speak about breaking up, people want to try to keep you together. They,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? They wanted. Look, don't break up. Try therapy. Try counseling. Try
They
communicating.
they do hit you with that.
Right. Try whatever you can. Just don't end the marriage. Now, the similarities, but we basically talking about the differences. Now, the difference with boyfriend and girlfriend is, you know, when it comes to what you do, you just do it. You just do what you do because technically you're still single
Yeah.
when it comes to like you're not married, so you're single. However, the people who are in that relationship, heart and mind, don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in a relationship and you're doing things, I mean, you love a person, you love a person. You know, you love a person. It's not, it's not like you can tell a heart, look, y'all not married, so you don't supposed to love them like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wait till y'all get married to love them that way. And the similarities is that they're choices. They both are choices. You choose each other. So it's something where you you get to look at it from the societal viewpoint. And now the other thing with marriage is the benefits is that okay, now what your spouse has can benefit you. For example, with my wife, she has health insurance. So that benefits me. With my wife, if something happens to either one of us, our social security or pension would go to the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Now when it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend, you can be together the same amount of time. Something happened to you, that's it. It's just, the person don't get anything unless you put some documentation together, and then some of the family members might fight that. So it depends on for the individuals. What do you want? What are you looking for? So some people are comfortable. Look, they get married and they can be together for years, and then when they get married, it ends.
Yeah.
So the other part about marriage is I think it's truly important to be able to kind of discuss your views on marriage, how you see marriage, even though there's societal norms, but marriage is between two people. Two people get to work the marriage out the way that they see fit. That's going to be comfortable and or productive for the both of them. You know, so people say, being one. That that's something that takes time and challenges and all of that. You know, like remember last week we were speaking about Clifton Powell
Yeah.
waiting until he was 69 to learn how to love.
Yeah.
Now for me, marriage taught me how to love in a proper way. I knew how to love years ago, but in a proper way where it became something that my wife let me listen to is a fella. He was saying, you can love for love and from love. You know what I mean? For love is like you doing it because the person asked you to do it, basically. You know what I mean? You say, you want flowers, I'm gonna give you flowers. You want me to hug you, I'm gonna hug you. You want a kiss, I'm gonna give you a kiss. From love is the part where you're actually doing it because of the love for the person. You know what I mean? And you don't and it's not necessarily that you expect something from it. You know, your reward is actually the person's happiness. Or being being in a good place or something of that nature. Where when it's for, you kind of looking for something. Look, I gave you them flowers. Why you not smiling? You know what I mean? I hugged you. Why you not hugging me back? So, and this is something that I recently been able to differentiate from. You know, because you know my wife would say, "What you hug me? It don't feel right." I'm like, "What you mean it don't feel right?" You know what I mean? I don't feel right. I'm hugging you. But I realized that it was me performing an act rather than doing it authentically from the love that I have for her. So yeah, so that's my view, and with the husband and wife versus boyfriend and girlfriend. I think with boyfriend and girlfriend, it's a person, people together. They in their mind, some people it's like being married, but we just gave the differences from being married versus boyfriend and girlfriend. What's
Right.
your thoughts?
It's it's a big difference, but you still have to take a lot of things in perspective because you got to think about it. Uh, I have seen people that was um not married, just boyfriend and girlfriend
Right,
who been together a while and had a solid relationship. I done seen people who been married and for a short period of time and their relationship is terrible. Um, but, but when you say versus one versus the other one, I mean it's only really one way you could really answer that is like one the ones that got married that took the vows and took the oaths, theirs is for keeps. Because they the ones that went up before a pastor. You know what I mean? Did the
right.
marriage certificate. You know what I mean? And did all that. They really stepped up, and I guess the man proposed to the woman, and they really stepped up and said, "I want to be with you for the rest of my life," and she said she wanted to be with him for the rest of her life. Even though you could do that with boyfriend and girlfriends, I mean, we all know that marriage is different from boyfriend and girlfriend. You know what I mean?
What's up, granddaughter?
Boyfriend and girlfriend. If you break up, you could just walk away.
Right, right,
You don't got to worry, like you said, you don't got to worry about nobody saying, "Oh, go to counseling." You know what I mean? Take classes, or I mean, you could work it out, stick it out for the kids, or what I mean. You ain't really got when you just boyfriend and girlfriend. You don't get none of that. You get most of that when you married. And I would like to think that people that's married try harder. You know what I mean? Or
right, right.
put more into it. I would, I would, I would like to say that when you marry, you put more into it, and when you boyfriend and girlfriend, I think you always got that little space right there where man, shit, we ain't married. You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Like
right,
shit, I ain't married to her. You know what I mean? Like, or she could say, I ain't married him. He ain't my husband. He don't own me. You know what I
right.
mean? So I think the difference lies in the individuals, and because uh, if you married, and if you just boyfriend and girlfriend, you know what I mean. So I think it's really up to the individual when you say verse one, verse the other one. I think marriage is a little bit more sacred, a little bit more for supposed to be forever, and boyfriend and girlfriend, you trying to get to them vows, you trying to get to that next step. When marriage, you already took that next step. So I think boyfriend and girlfriend, either you either just playing around, or either you trying to get to that next step. But they definitely, to me, is a big difference in
Okay.
both of them.
Yeah, yeah. And the other key component that in my opinion, take it, leave it, or throw it away, is the marriage. Normally, you are committing yourself. You know what I
Hmm.
mean. You're committed. It's a commitment now. So I'm like, look, I'm signing this. I'm signing this document saying I'm committed to whatever it is we're gonna do together.
Right.
Whereas as boyfriend and girlfriend, you just verbally saying it. Look, I'm committed to you. You mine. I'm yours. So and women like to say, put a ring on it. You know what I mean? If he ain't got no ring on it, so when men be like, well, I ain't married to her.
Yep.
So and I think it brings a security. I think more so women feel more secure with it than men.
Definitely.
I think, you know what I mean? Because women will, they'll go out their way, but when it's marriage, they'll go that extra yard or two. You know what I'm saying? For
Hmm.
the marriage.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
hundred
that's
percent.
that's my thoughts.
Yep.
All right. Here we got, America is in the war. They didn't opened up the war machine again. You know what I'm saying? And for me, yeah, I just look at it a certain way, man, when it comes to it. But the question is, are most war about freedom and safety or about money and power?
The well with the government we live in the United States, they will want you to believe that it's more about um safety and freedom.
Right,
That's an easy question because I don't really I don't really know if I ever heard them say it was about freedom, unless they was freeing other people, freeing some hostages people had, or another country was treating people like slaves. You know what I mean? But
right,
most of the time it's about money and power. But the thing is, they why they just won't come out and say it. We all know it. It start off being about something right here, and the next thing you know, it's about oil, and you know what I mean, oil and some agriculture, something to do with marketing. You know what I mean? And oh, now they having a war. The gas is gonna cost more. Now they having a war. Things is being imported and transported is gonna be taxed more. Um, it's just everything. And when you really dissect it and go inside of it, it's always about money, and of course, it's about power because the people with the power is the ones calling the shots.
right.
So it got to be about money, power, and money. But I think they want you to believe sometimes that it's about freedom and safety because they might tell you that one president of another government or another country, he might be doing this or he might be doing that, but we don't never really get the proof that he's doing it. Like
Absolutely.
like they like even with 9/11, you know what I mean? They told us it was Bin Laden, and with what we know, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they just went after him and killed him. A dead man can't talk, you know. But
true.
the craziest thing that I just heard that I wanted to say real fast was, since we talking on a political tip, I even heard that the United States, um, they captured that president from Venezuela, something like that.
Right,
But also, now that they at war, or supposed to be at war with Iran, I think it is, right? Iran.
Right.
Our president tried to tell Iran that we was gonna pick their next president. Now that got to be the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. How the hell can you tell some people that's on the other side of this place, I'm gonna pick your president for you? Now anybody with half a brain would say, well, he sure ain't gonna pick an enemy.
Of
You know what
course.
I mean? He gonna pick somebody who's down in the, in the cahoots with him. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
just like how the mafia, when they used to put people in office, they put people in office who wasn't gonna go after them. You know what I mean? Who wasn't gonna
Right.
go after organized crime. So when I heard that, I'm like, now this guy, he trying to tell them that he gonna pick who they president gonna be. Like like he doing a big thing, but that's common sense. If you gonna pick who they president gonna be, you gonna pick somebody that's cool with you. And I don't mean cool like cool to keep trouble down and
Right.
keep war. I mean cool for money purposes. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. So what I don't know. That's what you think about that.
All right. Before I answer that, uh, Monty, the MF True said, agree with you with, she said, money and power, that's the only motive. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Now, I also want to, last week we was trying to remember a name that Bush killed, Saddam Hussein.
Oh, Saddam Hussein. Yeah.
We was trying to remember that name. We couldn't remember it for nothing last week. It
Yeah.
just came to me.
Saddam
Saddam
Hussein.
Hussein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when the Bush era.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to America and the American president, they he's not doing nothing that they haven't been doing secretly. But he just said it out loud. They've been doing it for years. They've been going to war with countries, making them
Hmm.
unstable. Then they prop somebody up in the seat, you know,
Yeah.
so that they can have access to resources. You know, the other thing is resources. Okay, now as you stated, gas is going up. You know,
Yep.
so the people suffering
Yep.
behind trusting an untrustworthy machine. It's untrustworthy. I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican, they're untrustworthy. They two sets of teeth in the same mouth, and they both gonna bite you on the butt. You know what I mean? So it's peace, 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 King. You know, they both gonna do that to you. You know, so when it comes to war, what is the purpose for war? Why do they do it? Resources. They a lot of times they go steal the resources, you
Yeah.
know. And my wife and I was talking. She said she did a little research. It's going to benefit Putin more than everybody because they now countries that was buying from Iran now going to be buying oil from Putin, which going to
Mm.
put which he going to funnel money down to Trump in America. You know, so
Yeah.
they always got an agenda. So I don't even like to be associated with them because it's like me saying I'm down with your program. I ain't down with their
Yeah.
program, man.
Yep.
You know, because it's not about humanity. You know, it's not about uplifting humanity, trying to make it better for people in general. Because couple weeks ago, gas was like $2.99. Now it's
Yep.
like $3.50. So come on,
it's
make that
gonna
make sense. You
it's gonna
dig?
keep it's gonna
Yeah,
keep going up until they get
right,
that situation handled.
right. And as I said, he went to Venezuela and took their gas, and it went down. Now he talked to his boy on the side, and now it's gonna go up. So until the people really get hip, see, the main culprit is race.
Mm.
When you get so-called white people and black people going against, just for skin color, so they say, what happens to humanity? What happens to uh, naturally being concerned about the well-being for each other, no matter what? So both of them play that race card. I think the Democrats do it a little better,
Mm.
because they have the majority of black people, aka Moors, aka Moroccans, believing that they come to save them with programs. You know what I mean? They're gonna put these programs in your neighborhood that's gonna change your lives. And at the end of the day, how many lives get changed? Except the people who working in the programs stealing the money. So, but basically, that's my thought about it, man. When it comes to war, yeah, it's about the money, the power, and one we did mention the control.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Um, you like to talk about negative and positive things, and it's hard to go in the right direction. It's easy to go in the wrong direction, but it's hard to go in the right direction. With that being said, do you believe that negative behavior causes negative events to take place in our life?
This is my opinion. Take it, leave it, or throw it away. I truly believe for a lot of people, not always, because when you look at a person like Trump, he's doing a lot of negative stuff, but it seems like he's just keep on gaining. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's been accused of, sexual harassment, sexual assault, but he made it to be president. He had multiple felonies. He made it to be president.
Yeah.
However, on our level, what we see and what I've seen with individuals who have negative behaviors, I see their life uh, unravel. I see them getting caught up in, like negative behavior, like people with, with nasty attitudes.
Yeah.
People that always want to take from others, hardly ever want to give to people. People who, because stealing and things of that nature. Because when, like I said in the book, when we was younger, we used to do them B&Es. You know, then when I got older, somebody B&E my crib. You know what I'm
Mine too.
saying? So,
Mine too.
right. So that's why I said, yeah, I would say you do negative things, negative events come back to you.
Yeah.
So I think, especially for us as a people, I think us as a people, we are designed to strive to do right by the universe. You know what I mean? The better, the more right we do by the universe, the more right we become as a people, as a nation, as a whole. And I think, when we us going doing all the negative stuff keep us at a certain level where, and remember, when we do negative stuff, negative stuff comes out to be illegal stuff, and then you do illegal stuff, you already know what the outcome's gonna be. You're gonna end up behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we know a few people who ended up having to go behind bars for long periods of times. So yeah, so for me, I would say, yeah, a person that does, unless, in the Quran it says that, when a person is cursed and they do negativity and they don't even see that they're doing negativity, basically. You know what I'm saying? When they're sinning and don't even know it, the sin seems right to them, and you do have people like that. But for the most part, I would say, yeah, you do negative, you're gonna have negative events unfold in your life. And that's my thoughts. What's yours?
I believe that I believe if somebody have a lot of negative behaviors, it's gonna I think it's gonna catch up with you somewhere down the line as a negative event, but it'll probably be an event that you never even thought it might be. Um, like you said, from we broke into houses when we was young. When we got older, somebody broke into our houses.
Right,
You might Somebody might kill somebody. Years later, somebody that they love might get killed. Um, you might steal something from somebody. Later in life, somebody might steal something valuable that that you admired and you cared about. Um, a lot of people walk around with negative energy every day. A lot of people, for whatever reason or not, a lot of people walk around neck angry, full of anger, um, negative energy, resentment, you know what I mean, and wanting revenge on people. The people who purposely um, live their life with negative behavior,
right.
I believe that they the ones that'll pay the most later on in life. Um, I just believe that because I just believe that things you put out in the atmosphere in the world, I believe they come back to you in different ways. You know what I mean? So you can't walk around with negative behavior all the time. It's gonna definitely bring back negative events on you. That's just how I feel.
Okay. Earlier we was talking about, would you rather know about cheating, or would you rather not know about being cheated on?
Hmm.
This question kind of falls in a different thing, because you kind of mentioned something about it. But the question is, do you think cheating destroys trust, or does broken trust lead to cheating?
That's deep. When I read that one, I had to dissect it for a minute because it was like do you think that cheating leads to breaking up trust, or do you think that broken trust leads to cheating? Um.
Well, do cheating destroy the trust?
Oh yeah,
Do it destroy the trust? Do
do
cheating
cheat
destroy the trust?
do cheating
And
destroy the trust?
trust, right? And do the broken trust lead to cheating or infidelity?
Cheating definitely destroys the trust. That's definitely hands
That-
down.
That's a hands down one, right?
Um, whether or not broken trust leads to cheating, I think that's a whole nother realm in itself, because just because somebody broke your trust, that don't mean it gotta lead to you cheating on them.
Right, right,
You know, it could lead you to leave them. You know, it could lead you to shutting down on them. It could lead you into a lot of things, but it don't have to lead you into cheating. Broken trust, broken trust doesn't have to lead a person into cheating. But I believe on the flip side, cheating will destroy somebody's trust for you, because I doubt if you're gonna hear somebody say, uh, "My man cheated on me, but I trust him now." You know, uh, my woman cheated on me in the past, but I trust her now. You probably could say that, but I don't know how much they would mean it. It would have to be like a if the they probably would have to see the person do a complete change in lifestyle,
right.
a complete change from who they were and to who they are now. If they walking, you know, and say like walking in the path of righteousness, or seeking uh, religion, you know what I mean? Like, I just believe that the person would have to make a complete change or change around for somebody to trust you after you cheated on them. You know what I mean? Because we're not talking about people who went to jail and made a mistake and come home. Like, because you could, if somebody make a mistake and go to jail, you could trust them when they come home that, you know, that they won't do it again. Even though I don't, you know, they might. But I'm just
Right,
saying
right. It's always a
that's
possibility, right?
that's a whole different thing from uh trusting somebody cheating on you once, twice, or 3 months, or 5 years, or 10 years, and then you find out, and then you say, "Oh, she was in a full blown relationship, but I trust her now." Oh, she made a mistake on one night. I mean, she went out, or he went out, got drunk, made a mistake, slept with somebody. Um, I forgive him, but I trust him now. I just think that's hard to do. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I think you were right when you said that the person is going to require some type of the person who wasn't cheated on to regain the trust.
Mm,
There's going to be some effort, some work, some change
major.
that's going to be necessary to take place for the person to even really start considering to
Mm-hmm.
regain the trust. And you best believe it's going to be, and depending on the individual, it could be more difficult or, you know, moderate and responsibility. But however, it's definitely going to require some type of change in your
Mm-hmm.
behavior
Yeah.
for the person to regain the trust, for you to reestablish the trust with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's what I think too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I agree with you with that. That yeah, and then the other thing is, as you said, is it cheating a one night stand, or is it a full blown 10 year, relationship, 5 year relationship, and so all of that will play a part in
Right. That's what I
whether
believe.
you can, the person can be trusted or not.
Mm-hmm.
The heart got to be pure to regain trust. It's hard to get back, especially when you can't even trust yourself. This is from Junk Plug. Junk Plug. He said, the heart got to be pure to regain the trust. The trust has to get back. You know, it's hard to get the trust back. You know, especially if you can't trust yourself. So,
That's
so
true.
I can dig that Junk Plug.
That's true.
And yeah, it's yeah, difficult. Trust is easily broken, but difficult to repair. And just off the top of my head, I'm like, uh, is trust harder to regain than to get somebody to love you? You know what I'm saying? If a person loves you, if they stop loving you, is trust more difficult to get back than getting a person to love you over again? That's something to
True.
think about. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's hard.
mean?
That's a
Yeah,
hard one. That's a
yeah,
hard one.
yeah. Well, thanks for that answer, Jump Plug. And
Um.
thanks for that response.
So it's me on asking you, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got
Uh,
about 8 minutes to go.
all right. All right. So this is I don't really know. Well, I don't know. Certain people answer this certain ways, another might answer this certain way. But we'll see how we answer it.
Uh,
Um, do you look at yourself as connected to the American government?
for me, definitely not. I do not look at myself as Donald Trump is my president or the government. You know, it's my government. Or I don't look at it that way because there's too much history that our people suffered at the hand of American government. And we're still suffering. And the fact that they have other people suffering all over the world. So, no, I don't, say that that's my government or I'm a part of the government. Yeah, I live in this country that they govern, but I don't, because it's like if somebody go do something bad
Hmm.
and now you say, yeah, I'm down with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so are you. You the best too. You the best. We appreciate you. So that's like somebody go commit a murder. You gonna run and say, yo, I'm down with him. I'm down with her. No, you're gonna be like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. So when we say, yeah, our government, and they going over there with that war right now and all the other wars they have going on, we say we a part of it. We basically support that.
Hmm.
No, I don't support that. I'm not a part of that. I don't agree with it. And those who voted for them, are they a part of it? It depends. If that's how they see themselves, if they see themselves as being a part of it, then you know. But for me, nah, no, I ain't down with America like that. They too crooked for me. They too dirty. They too bloodthirsty. Too money hungry. You know. So
Hmm.
nah, I don't support it. What about you?
Um, my answer is easy too. Is no, like yours. But before I go on to that, I just want to ask you one thing real fast. If about the question, because so if you don't feel like you connected to America, what government do you feel like you connected to, if any?
Well, I feel like I'm connected to the government our ancestors were connected to when America came here, and those who truly wrote the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence that America stole and claimed as their own, the Moroccan government, the Moors. You know what I mean? That's the government I'm a part of that I want to see grow, that I will say, yeah, that's my government. You know, I'm a part of that. I support that government. I support what they do. I support what they stand for. And you know, we myself and some of my constituents are actually, you know, my colleagues and stuff. We actually working on reestablishing the government and be able to do what was done to us. You know what I mean? Reclaim the land back so we can start taking on our resources for ourselves rather than letting America control our resources. But I
Mm.
end with that because you know I can go on with that. But yeah,
Yeah,
so get yours.
yeah, but nah, mine is simple too. I don't really feel like I'm connected to the American government. I never really did. Once I came, when you get to your mature senses,
Right,
adulthood and all that. I always heard them say stuff like the government is for the to make the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Uh, I kind of never really understood that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, but I'm sure it's a reason why they say that. But I don't really look at my life like that
right,
because I look at my life like I'm a go getter. So I don't look at myself like I'm gonna ever be poor.
right,
You know what I mean? I don't look at myself like the government make got me poor or the government stopping me from being rich. I don't really look at that. And that's why I don't feel like I'm connected to the government because I just feel like I control what I control.
yeah, absolutely,
Now they might control paychecks or how much money you getting or taxes on stuff, um, where you could go, things you could do. When you think about stuff like that, they laws like that,
right,
then you might have to say like you still ain't really connected to them. You just living, you just living your life um, within their rules or whatever it is. You can't uh, you can't go to another country unless you got a passport.
right,
Um, you can't whatever the laws may be that they got that they keep you connected by them, but that don't have to mean how you feel in your heart and in your soul. Like so, for me, now I don't ever feel like I was connected to the government. I really don't know if the government ever did anything good for me. You know what I mean? I remember when my mom used to be like trying, she might have tried like she try to get some food stamps or something,
right.
and they'd tell her, "Oh, you can get like $12 worth or something like that." And I guess because my father was making too much money or something like
Right,
that, and she'd be like, "Y'all could keep that."
right. Like what I'm gonna do with $12?
so,
You know?
so I remember them days and them times like that. So like I never really felt connected to the government, like like far as connected, like they gonna help you or help me. Now, they probably do in certain kind of ways, I guess, but I'm like you on that. I don't believe that.
Right.
I'm not with that. I'm not connected.
Yeah. And you made some good points about the restrictions that that the government places on you. You can't go without a passport. You got to pay a certain amount of taxes. You got to work 8 hours to get paid. You know what I mean? You got to,
Yeah,
so you got to pay what you got to have insurance.
yeah,
All these things are restrictions, and these things is why they say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer because was the way America works, prices go up, salary remain the same. So how you gonna get rich if the working man don't die rich?
right.
For sure. The working man most times die in debt.
Yo, wait, I want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I was in this store today, and Brown was in there. I don't know if you remember Brown. He used to work at the jail for all them years. Rory father. Remember Rory from my block?
Yeah, I remember Rory.
His father worked in the jail for 27 years. And
Right.
it was him, and there was another guy known named Jeff who worked at Martell 29 years. There was another guy there who said he worked somewhere, and I just was thinking about like all these people that put in 20 and 30 years on jobs, and we all in the same boat. We all at the we was in the picking machine.
Trying to hit it.
So I'm thinking in my mind like we all in the same boat. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that because of what you just said about
Right,
how they
yeah,
control. They can tell you, well, you're gonna get paid by the week. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna
yeah,
get paid bi-weekly. Um, this rent is gonna go up, gas is gonna go up, but you get a raise on your job once a year, maybe a quarter, or 50
right,
cents, or a
right.
dollar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then the people, and then you might work on a job for 20 years and they might give you a fake gold watch. Or I remember they gave my father worked on his job 20 something years, and they gave him a gold watch. But I don't even think it was gold. I think it was gold plated.
right,
A gold plated watch. It wasn't even real gold for 20 years on the job.
right.
I'm like, man,
Eh,
something is wrong with this picture, man.
for me, the job is if you don't have a plan while you're working to
Yeah,
try to utilize the money that you working for, then
yeah,
the job becomes like a plantation. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because some people say, "Yeah, I got to go to the plantation." You know,
Yeah, they say that.
right? So at the end of the day, without some type of financial plan, and then you think about it, most people that work spend money on pickets, spend money,
Cigarettes.
right, going out on the weekend. Uh, they may drink a 6 pack every day. Some way, most people find a way to spend some of that money on something to try to bring their life some type of pleasure.
And what's crazy is that you would tell them you got a book for $25, but they won't do that. But they will, you know what I mean? But they're spending on cigarettes and weed and liquor and gas and
Yeah,
candy and cakes and fast food and you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you tell somebody you got something, you know what I mean, knowledgeable with some knowledge or something like that, and I don't get it. Like they won't. I just don't get it. How like they won't support it. Like I came out with the audio. I came out with the audio videos.
Right, right.
I put them on Facebook. Um, couple they people watching them, but slowly, but they won't like them and they won't leave a comment.
Right. Okay.
You'll pay Netflix uh $12 every month. You'll pay Optimum 70 and 80 and 150. I have heard some people say they pay 200 and some dollars a month for cable in every room in their house for all their kids. You'll pay somebody Optimum 200 and some dollars a month for cable. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you tell them to support you and uh um I'm gonna tell. I'm talking about me myself. I'm gonna tell stories of my life on an audio or something, and you won't even watch it for 10 minutes. Not alone me ask for a donation or something, you won't do it. But Netflix got the money coming out your account every month. Amazon Prime taking $15 out your account every month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just all that shit, Disney, whatever it is, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Bank people, everybody, probably everybody who listening to this, or everybody, uh, more than half the world got a bank account, and they take $12 a service charge, $12 a month. Some of them take five, some of them take 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you tell them to sign up for your membership, this $3 a month, or even 99 cents a month,
Right.
they won't do it. I just can't. I'll never be able to figure that out. And I don't know if that's just a black thing. I mean, I gotta say it. Call a spade a spade. I don't know if it's a black thing or what kind of thing. I just don't get it.
Uh, I would say is conditioning, being conditioned to instant gratification. So, certain things you get is gratification instantly. Other cases, it's when you grew when you grew up. I put it in the book that when we grew up giving money to people that look like us.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult to do that. However, if you grew up in a time where you give money to other people, that's what you got conditioned to do. So when somebody like you asks for money, it's kind of foreign to you. You're like, oh, I ain't used to giving you no money. I might be used to getting money from you, but I'm not used to giving you no money. So it's
that's that's
so
that's
right,
true. That's true. Because you would have think. I'm talking because I'm an author too. I write books. So
right,
and you know what I mean. So you would think that you would work on a project for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, even a year, and that people would be ready and anticipated to support you. And then people, they don't like to talk about it, but I mean, it's stuff like that got to be talked about. Just like with my audio, and I don't really even talk much about it, but every now and then my audio videos, you know what I mean?
right.
I put a lot of energy and time into that.
Hey, and I dig it, man. I mean, and as you said, it's not always about money, even if you somebody like it. Yeah, I like that, man. That's tight.
Just just
That's
like it.
right. That's appreciation and gratification. We all want gratification. Don't get me wrong. We all want to
Yeah.
be gratified. We all want to be appreciated. You know, I like to say that if Allah wants to be worshipped and praised, we want to be appreciated. And
I got I
gratitude.
got I got over 500 people in my group where I put them videos at. But
And,
let me
and
but let me put something in there to say um uh
I'm giving away some T-shirts.
not not even that. Let me put something in there like about sex or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And they tear it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can't never figure it out. You can't make people support you, or
Nah,
like
nah,
you.
nah.
You can't
The
make them do it. So you
the
just
the
you got to just keep doing what you're doing and don't give up.
and the reality is, other people help people to support you.
Yeah.
When people other people see other people push your stuff,
Yep.
it interests them more than when they see you push it. Because they expect you to push it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when other people push it for you, it's something about that that other people become more interested. And that's our time. We done went like 10 minutes over.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
because we was 10 minutes late. So we
Yeah.
gave y'all 10 minutes back,
Yeah. Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all that much.
So
So
that mean by next Friday then, and I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow on my show. If y'all
yeah.
want to check me out on TikTok and Facebook Live tomorrow night about 9:45, I'll be going live. I'm gonna talk about it again, about the books and about my audios, and I'm gonna say the same thing because I should have like
At
a
least
hundred
200, at least 150 people, right? At least that.
likes already, or dislikes.
Yeah.
It don't matter, likes or dislike, comments is corny or it's good or what something. Don't just
Yeah.
let you
Well,
put don't let you put all that energy into something and you can't even get a like.
well, I've gotten used to it kind of since I've been pushing my book. So I put certain things up there.
Yeah,
I became kind of cool with the views.
yeah,
You don't like it, you like it, fine. I'm cool. I'm happy. You don't like it, hey, it's your choice. And my thing is, I'm playing the long game. You know
yeah.
what I mean? This is the long game. This is the beginning of the first quarter. So so I still got some time to catch some momentum.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe I'll come on the show and promote the book. Cause
I told you because
yeah,
somebody
last
asked me.
week I had to take it down, man, because I had to get up early. So I
Somebody,
had took it down kind of early.
yeah,
Because you sent it to me.
because my show is so long. I'll be on there like 2 and 3 hours. I said that I'm like I'll take like a segment where
Right.
I promote somebody's just promote your book or promote my audio videos or promote the podcast. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I got enough time.
All right. That's what it is. That's
You know
what it
what I
is.
mean? That's the only way we gonna make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We on the grind though, brother. We on the grind.
Oh yeah, we gonna be on the ground because everything you do ain't gonna make it, and
Right.
everything you do ain't gonna take off. But if if we universal, you know what I mean, and so we go from one thing to the next thing. You know, 50 said get rich or die trying. I don't want to say get rich or die trying. I just want to say
Get rich from keep trying.
yeah. Want something like that,
Right.
man.
Get
Yeah.
rich because keep trying.
We gotta get together. We gotta start supporting each other more, man.
Yeah,
For
yeah, yeah.
real.
I see it picking up. It's picking up. We go get there, man. I got faith in us, man. We go get there.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right, man.
thank you all for spending the time with us. We know you could have been anywhere. We're thankful and grateful that you chose to spend that time with us. And to next week, life is love. Keep growing.
Peace.
Peace.